I know they're down and they have injuries, but who cares at this point? I mean, how awesome was it to do what you guys did in Waco the weekend?
It was awesome. It was just fun. Like, we just went out there to play our game, and we never let up, and it was the best feeling for sure. And yeah, they are injured, but like they still can play. Like you saw, they came back and whatnot and gave us a game, but we just kept our foot on the gas pedal. So
how are things going into this last? I know you got a couple more series, but how important is it to take care of business this weekend at home against Kansas?
Oh, it's very important. I think that we don't need to take any weekends off. Like we took care of Baylor, and we're gonna plan on doing the same thing here. So.
Now this season so far, you guys have been swept, you lost 1-1-2, and then lost 2-1 in your 4 Big 12 series so far. So it seems like has been a lot of the mess this season really been just when you guys are focused, you can really achieve whatever you want. And there's just been so much variety in how this team has won and lost this year.
I think that when we play like ourselves and we play as a team and for each other, like we're unstoppable, like we showed this weekend. And I think that we did that one in the other ones. We just didn't carry it out the whole game. So we've learned from it, and we plan to move forward with that mindset. So.
With all the ups and downs that y'all have had, what's been the most consistent thing we've had so far?
The most consistent is our pitching. I think that they've had our back for sure, and we just had to take a step back and realize, like, as an offense, we weren't there for them, and so, like I said, we got it together, and we have the right mindset going forward.
For lack of a better term, I know everyone talks about Erin, but how big has Missy been just in her, obviously, starts to kind of take away some innings from Erin, where last year she was kind of the one person that you were kind of relying on?
Yeah, I think that it's given Erin a chance to take a breath, too, and Missy's just dominated on the mound. Like, you can see her fist pumps and laughs, and I go and talk to her almost every pitch most of the time just to keep the game light and keep her having fun, and she just dominates up there. She's going to find a way to win no matter what.
I know you guys been asked this, but just Trinity, just what she'd been able to add to your lineup, just not necessarily the pop, but just anything else.
I think that she is consistent for sure. There's multiple people in our lineup that are, but when you get up there, you can see in her face no matter what. Like, she can have 2 strikes, but it's just one more chance for her. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, she's going to get it done no matter what, and she believes it wholeheartedly, and so does everyone else.
Not sure if y'all have seen anything, but what have you seen from Kansas?
I think they'll give us a game. I mean, it'll be the same. It's just going to depend. I think we're really just trying to focus on ourselves and make sure we play our best game and play our best selves, and we're unstoppable that way.
What's really changed with Missy throughout the season now that she's gotten more of the starts, now that you guys have hit Big 12 fleet throughout the season? What have you really seen change in her game throughout the year?
I think that from the beginning to now, she's even noticed that she is just dialed in no matter what. Like, there's no wavering, and you can see that. She just gets it done. Like, she can get into a deep count, and she'll look at me mid-inning, and it's like, it's not an option. Here we go. Like, this one's coming to you, and I love it. Like, she's going to find a way no matter what.
How special was that to take care of business the way you guys did against Baylor, knowing the struggles that the program's had against them in recent history?
It was so fun, especially we talked about like going into their house and getting some wins. It's a big deal, and so it was fun. We fought every game, and we learned a lot about ourselves and kind of what we needed to do moving forward, and so it was just fun to get 3 wins.
How important is it to, I mean, I know it's important to win all of them, but RPI-wise, playing at home against a Kansas team that maybe isn't, your Oklahomas or Texas, is to take care of business.
Right. Yeah, it definitely will just build momentum moving forward. I think getting the wins this past weekend and then getting the wins this weekend will definitely just set us up for Oklahoma State, and then after that, we just want to finish strong.
In terms of Missy, what have you seen from her that's made her get that much better? You've obviously seen her in practice, so what have you seen?
Missy's just been super confident, and I think she's kind of just playing like her. I think we play our best whenever we play like us, and when we don't try to do too much and don't try to just carry so much weight. She's just going out there and having fun and playing her game.
Kind of feel like last weekend you all played like yourselves, and what is that?
Just loose. Our offense trusted our defense, and our defense trusted our offense, and we produced in both sides. So there was a moment where we had a tie game on the Saturday game, and we were like, whatever. Like, we just came back and scored like 9 runs the next inning or something like that. So just we never feel defeated, and we always trust on the other side.
I know you guys talk about learning every game. What did you learn from that sweep?
We just learned that we're capable, I think. And we know we are, but it just kind of affirms it, and it doesn't matter who we're playing or where we're at, we can win any game.
Ryan mentioned it a minute ago with Missy. I mean, has she just slowly worked her way into the role? Because obviously Erin carried the load early.
Right.
It seems like Missy is stepping up in conference.
Right. I think that they're a really good staff together, and that's something we talk about a lot. It's not like we want an ace and a number two. It's like they're going to work together and compete for the team, and so they definitely compete, against each other and want to make each other better, but ultimately they're both here for the team, and I think that they just complement each other really well.
Where does that help you guys, both hitting and in the field, knowing that if one of them doesn't have it now, you do have two people to rely on in there?
Oh, it's awesome. It's the best feeling ever, and some teams, have a different swing plane, so they might hit Missy better or Erin better or whatever it is. And it's just, it feels, really safe, knowing, hey, we have other options, too.
You feel like y'all are hitting the ball really well right now, seeing it pretty well?
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely stacked throughout our entire lineup. There's not one really whole of a person we're dang, but everybody really just carries their weight and everyone's producing really well.
Well, Coach, what did that series sweep mean to you guys just as a program?
I think it's huge. I mean, it sets kind of that spot that says we made huge strides, and that it wasn't just a hot start, and that it was just us continuing to be good and taking care of teams we need to take care of, regardless of if it's Baylor or if it's a conference opponent or if it's Memphis. It's just another opponent that we need to take care of, and we sealed that. It's hard to take 3 games anywhere. It's hard to sweep anybody anywhere, much less not at your place and against a prominent program. So yeah, that was huge for us.
Is that an example that you're using to show these girls what they're capable of on a week in and week out basis when they're relaxed and playing their game?
Yes and no. I mean, I think our kids kind of know, the standard of play we can get to. I think we just have to make sure that we expect that standard of play every single day, and then if we play like that, we'll be able to take care of whoever we want to take care of, and not let the nerves get the best of you. I think, when you play top 5 teams, your nerves get a little bit the best of you as far as your team being young. So I'm excited for us to continue on this journey of just playing the best ball we can play, and hopefully we haven't even found that yet. Hopefully that's coming, is when you peak, is when you're getting close to the tournament or when you're in the tournament. So I think that we've came through a little bit of a lull, a little bit out of our conference our conference stretch, and hopefully now we're just going on all cylinders how we need to be.
You got nerves maybe a little different way with Kansas coming to town. As a coach, I guess a team that you feel like you should take care of, you probably need to take care of RPI wise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's different whenever you play high RPI teams. It's play our best game and we're good. There's really nothing to lose, and I think really we just aren't focusing on that. We're just focusing on who are we preparing for whenever we go to the Big 12 tournament? Who are we preparing for when we go to regionals? That's where our mainstay is that we're preparing to be the best in the country, and that shouldn't be determined on who we're playing, on who's coming in. So you can't play not to lose. If you play that or you play in the stall, you'll lose every time. So we're just playing to win and to take and be the most aggressor.
Was there a point in that third game with that 6th inning where you guys had already clinched the series and the game was fairly close, but then you explode in that inning, your offense gets really going, and that basically clinches the game for you guys? Is that really what the season has been, what you've been wanting to see? Was it really building up to that time where it just feels like everything was finally let loose and you could clinch that game, clinch that series?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot this year about putting opponents away and not letting them stay in the game. And when you let teams stay in the game that aren't as good as you, then that's normally where you get into trouble. So that was really good from our vantage point to see, is that we put somebody away, and we didn't really give hope. If as long as you keep removing or eliminating hope, then you're in a good spot. I think we're really nice. We're a really nice team, and it's okay, well, be ruthless. You know what I mean? Be nice off the field. Buy someone's dinner, but kill them. You know what I mean? I think that was good for us to say, that just to put someone away, and early on when Trinity's home run, just be no, this is where we're at, and we aren't relinquishing this. And we dangled in front of our kids that we had never beaten Baylor, we've never swept Baylor at Baylor. We dangled that in front of them. We said, you get to be a part of history. You get to be a part of Texas Tech history that's never been done. And there's not often times with a prominent program that you get to do that, be a part of something that a program's never done before. So I think our kids really grasp onto that and understand, hey, we're really on our way to do big things.
I guess starting with Kansas, how do you guys do that from the beginning of games and the beginning of series, from the beginning, to make sure you can not just close them up, but start that from the beginning to where you can really dominate the whole game and a whole series against somebody?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've done that pretty well all year, is showing up every single game just to be relentless. And I think sometimes nerves have gotten in on us on some of our losses, but I think for the most part, just we come every day to be the aggressor, whether that's in inning one or in pitch one or in the seventh inning of the third game. It's like, win this inning, win this at bat, stay focused on that process of winning that at bat and winning this inning more so than the overhaul of 21 innings or 3 days. Like, it's too big at that point. It's like, we're going to win this inning, and I think we really did a good job of that against Baylor, and then that's going to be our same mantra when we play Kansas.
What are you expecting to see from the circle for Kansas?
I think they've struggled a little bit in the circle. I don't think they've had anyone really dominate any teams yet. I think they have beat some opponents and they walk a lot of people. So it's going to be about us being patient and hit our pitches and just playing the game the way that we know how and respecting them. Respecting them as opponents and making sure that if we respect them, then we'll also play to our ability.
Speaking of Missy, where have you kind of seen her kind of up her game, especially during conference, where she's kind of picking up some innings where maybe you probably had Aaron probably take them last year?
Yeah, or early in the season. Aaron was taking our innings for that, and we knew we were going to need to be a 1-2 punch with them, whether it was going to be Aaron and Missy or Missy and Aaron, and I think Missy's really been working hitters and making them hit her pitches. And Aaron, as of late, has done that exact same thing. I mean, both of their ERAs are really, really good. They keep people off balance, whether that's sides of plates or speeds that people are chasing. I think our staff's done a really good job of making opponents hit pitchers' pitches, as opposed to letting them get really comfortable in. So, in our game, you need 2 or 3 pitchers. Anymore, it's not really prominent to win with one. So, we've needed both of them to step up and have big innings, and they have.
I guess when you recruited her, what did you see from her, and how have you kind of seen her come out of her shell or maybe kind of really step into her own?
Missy?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Missy is she just has great stuff. Like, she has really great deception in how she throws her pitches, and her off speed looks a lot like some of her other pitches, and so in softball or baseball, deception on the mound is huge. And so we definitely have seen that in her. We've watched her get more confident as she's been in our uniform and throw big games and win big games. And I think that just continues to put wind in her sails. So I don't even think we're even close to where her peak is yet. I mean, I think we gotta lessen her walks, and she knows that, and she's throwing better in certain counts. But we gotta minimize her walks, and she knows that.
One of the things you love to see, especially when you're picking a pitcher for a series or for a game, is who's been the most aggressive, and that's something you really look for. Whenever one of them or whatever pitcher you pick is being aggressive, do you see that permeate to the rest of the team, whether it is the defense or the hitting?
Yeah, I mean, typically in general, your defense plays better by your pitcher that has the most poise or has the best body language. And I think, I definitely think that with those 2 kids, our defense played much better with those 2 kids on the mound than with anyone else. It's pretty normal, but I definitely think it's because of their poise and their tenacity in the circle that kind of set that tone that says, like, no. Like, we're giving them nothing. Like, they're not getting the third, And we have a lot of innings like that where it's like, don't even give up any bases, much less runs. Like, we're not letting them on, And I think both of those guys have really kind of embraced that mindset.